So the US30 market has pushed up and has made an all-time high this week once again. So it's been moving quite strongly, and it's all exciting because I do trade a lot of companies that are represented here inside of the Dow Jones. And keeping in mind that this week we do have 6 very important economic events that will take place. So we have to wait and see how much is going to potentially affect this market, either positively or negatively. And if you're looking for a game plan for this upcoming week, you are in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to share my game plan for this upcoming week, sharing my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones for the US30 market, also known as the Dow Jones. So if we look at this market right here on the weekly time frame, we can see that this weekly candle closed with 458 points inside of this market, basically 1 whole percent for this market. It's a lot. So let's see what price could potentially do for this upcoming week. So just starting this chart off, I'm going to take my horizontal rate tool and I'm going to mark off the very top. And the very top of this market is 46,392. And now let's go ahead and go to the daily time frame so we can get a bit more data and see how this market is shaping up. All right, so you do see some blue levels and stuff on my chart. I was marking some things up this week for the people inside of my community. So let me just go ahead and get rid of some of these so that way we have some fresh analysis for this week. So looking at this, we do see a little bit of exhaustion to the top. That's totally okay because we saw it a few days ago and it did not stop the market from pushing up. So looking at this level right here, you can see it created a nice support, and I marked this off last week. If you want to see how I marked up last week, then go ahead and check about 3 videos back. But I'm just going to call off really briefly these other levels that I drew. We already called out this one. Let's go ahead and call out this one right here. So this is at 46,188 right here. This level is going to be at 45,772. And then the next level is going to be here at 45,075. And coming all the way down here, this level is going to be at 44,672. And this level right here is at 44,411. And I'll probably stop right here because this is a lot of movement inside of the market, but it is here at 43,958. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and focus our attention up top because that's where the recent price action is. Like I said, we have the support here. That's looking good. This right here, I think I probably want to move it up. I may move it back once I get into the lower time frames, but for right now, this is sitting at 45,154. Let's go ahead and go to the H4 time frame. Okay, so now we're on the H4 time frame. We can see a lot more exhaustion on the last H4 candle from this week. So now what I want to do, actually, I do want to move this level down just a little bit so that way it lines up with the support that was created today, which is Friday when I'm recording this. And obviously, this is my analysis for the week that is coming up. And because we moved this, we do see that it lines up quite nicely with the previous market structure from last week where it formed a resistance and then pulled back quite a bit. So that actually really like a lot. And looking at this level, I think that is looking really good to me. I don't want to change anything else here on the H4. Let's go to the H2 time frame. Okay, so here on the H2 time frame, obviously a lot more detail. And I do see this alignment, which is looking good. This is still looking good, even though we do have some levels that kind of overhung a little bit. I kind of want to move it down just a bit more. Let's see how this looked on the actually it was the daily really quick. Okay, it's still looking about the same. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Let's go back to the H2. Okay, cool. So basically what I was looking for, I just wanted to make sure that the levels were still aligned. No, it's not aligned to this anymore, but this is older price action versus newer price action where we can see that price formed several supports at this level more recently. So this level is now sitting at 46,094. And I really like this a lot. So let's go ahead and look at these other levels here because now I may want to move some of these other levels around given that we have some newer price action. Yeah, this was from not today, but a couple of days ago. So I want to move this down Yes, that is perfect. Okay, so I want to move this down to 45,717. You can see this is a perfect alignment. And then if we look to the left, we do see some alignment here. Let's go to the H1 before we get into our game plan for this upcoming week. And if you want more than just these markups every single week, you're looking for confidence and structure when you enter the market, then go ahead and check out the link in the description box below, because it is going to show you how the methods and the tools that I teach inside of the Profitable Traders Academy has helped countless of other traders. And you can see some of the results here on the webpage. So go ahead and check out the information, see if it's a good fit for you. If you want to talk to myself or someone on my team, go ahead and schedule a strategy call and we can help you decide whether or not it is going to be a good fit for everybody all around. So go ahead and check out the link in the description box below, so that way you can get the help that you know that you deserve and possibly need inside of this market. So going back to the H1 time frame, let's go ahead and look at these levels before we get into our game plan. So far, these are looking really, really good. And I want to just give it one last look before I tell you what I am looking for this upcoming week. All right. Yeah, everything for the most part, at least in these newer price points or price action up here, is looking really good. I haven't really gone down to the bottom because it would take a lot for a price to move thousands of points in a week. But we know that it is possible here on US30. So looking at my game plan, we do have some sort of resistance up here. We can see it tapped into this high that it made. Actually, it made the high right before the market closed, or really close to that. So let's go ahead and use the path tool. And I see price potentially doing some sort of pullback and potentially coming back to this high, and obviously even going higher potentially. It just depends on what the market wants to do, but I want to focus on price action that has already happened for now. So that is going to be my plan right there. Actually, that looks a little bit weird, but basically that's going to be my plan to bounce off here. And then of course, what price could potentially do is come back down and do a deeper retracement. And if we look at these wicks here, this crazy wick, this was due to an economic event that was reported. And then just all these wicks here, there is a possibility for price to come somewhere in here and then continue to push up and continue the momentum up. We just have to wait to see what's going to happen. But really, I would be looking in this area down here for a deeper retracement, mainly because we do have some support in this area. And that is going to be at 45.17, the level that I just drew on the last time frame. So let's go ahead and measure this range from here to here. Okay, 166 points. Cool, not bad. From here to here. Okay, so this is nice. 357 points roughly. Actually, a little bit more than that. More like 368. So yeah, so that's actually a nicer range. And then basically, I want to follow the majority of the trend. I am not looking for shorts, but there could be a short-term short opportunity inside of here. It'll be pretty risky, but it could be in here. So basically, if I am anticipating that price can come down to here, I could take a temporary short if the market looked like it was going to continue to sell off a little bit here and go to here. But that's not something I'm interested in. I'm only looking for buys, but that's just an idea if I just wanted to take a short. So looking over here to the left, we do see some market structure around here. So another thing, let me pull out this trend line tool, and I do see a really nice level. I'm just going to start it off like right about here, mainly because price was respecting this level for quite a bit of time. Each of these are 1 hour candles, and then it pushed up tremendously from here. So yeah, definitely want to mark that off. And yes, that was last week, but it's still relevant. So let me go ahead and extend this. And this level is at 45,460, and that is looking good. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and pull this over. All right, cool. So I just wanted to make sure that it lined up with some of the structure here. It does. This is a little crazy, but it still lines up. So I like that. That's cool. So once again, I would be looking for buys and just basically following the price action for a potential buy opportunity. If price came down here, it would be basically tapping into this level and then pushing up. So, and then of course, I would be looking for buys right here as well at 45, was that 45, 154? Still looking for buys right there. Like I said, there's multiple opportunities for counter trend trades, but a market like this, I just want to go with the trend because it's so volatile at times and it's a lot of power. So I just want to make sure I follow the trend. But basically, you see all the different levels that I'm looking to target in terms of buying opportunities. So definitely here, and then of course here, and then, price could, go up and do whatever it wants. So this is essentially my game plan for this upcoming week. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any of the amazing videos that we post here 3 times per week, providing a lot of value. And like I said, if you're interested in getting the support in order to help you feel more confident and comfortable when entering the market, no second guessing, then go ahead and check out the link in the description box below so that way you could talk to myself or someone on my team to see if it is a good fit for you. And if you're interested in any of the other videos on this page, go ahead and click them and I will see you in the next videos.